everyone, it's Brent with Investing on the Go. I've been on my own journey to build long-term wealth and simplify how I invest. And along the way, I've learned what really works and what just adds noise. Each week, I share what's been helping me stay consistent, grow financially, and avoid burnout. So if you're working towards financial freedom too, hit that subscribe button and follow along. Today, we're diving into why millennials are taking mini retirements, and I think you'll really relate to this one now or sometime maybe in the future. With that said, why so many feel trapped in a career hamster wheel? So you did everything right that you were supposed to. You went to school, you landed the job, and you're climbing the ladder. So why do you feel so completely burnt out? Why does it feel like you're on a hamster wheel running faster and faster but getting nowhere meaningful? You're definitely not alone. According to recent survey data, 52% of millennials report feeling burned out. That number tells a story. The system we were all taught to believe in is broken. What if the traditional career path is a dying dream? What if the whole work hard for 40 years and maybe you'll get to enjoy life at 65 deal is something that we're just not buying anymore? The world is changing and millennials are leading the charge to redefine what a successful life actually looks like. We're rewriting the rules with a new idea, one that's about living now, not later. It's called a mini retirement, and it might just be the answer to the exhaustion so many of us are feeling today. So let's go ahead and start with section 1, the problem, the dying dream of the traditional retirement. Think about it. The career path our parents and grandparents knew is basically a museum piece now. The deal was simple. Give a company your loyalty and they'll give you security, a pension, and a comfortable retirement. But in reality, for millennials, that contract has been shredded. We walked into the workforce during major economic downturns, carrying record levels of student debt and staring down a housing market that feels totally impossible. Just wait 40 more years and then you can begin to live. Now, the result of all this, burnout, anxiety, and the illusion of success. A whole generation battling financial anxiety and professional burnout. Studies consistently show that burnout rates are higher for millennials and Gen Z than any other group in the workforce. It's that feeling of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion from constant stress. You've seen those people in the workforce with zero motivation and just going through the motions. And yes, crushing workloads are a huge part of it, with over half of burned out workers citing their workload as the top cause. We're always tech connected, always on, and always pressured to perform in hyper competitive job markets. The old model demands we postpone our dreams of traveling, passion projects, real time with loved ones for a future that feels less and less certain. In fact, one survey found that 45% of millennials feel it's unlikely they will ever reach their retirement savings goals. It really makes you ask, why are we sacrificing our youth, our health, and our happiness for a finish line that keeps pushing further and further back? Why wait until we're 65 to start living? The frustration with the broken model is exactly why the idea of the mini retirement is catching on. It's not about being lazy, it's about redesigning our lives to weave in periods of rest and recovery throughout our careers, not just taking them at the very end when we're tired and exhausted. Now, quick check-in, we're halfway through this video. Have you guys ever felt completely burned out from your job, and what did you do to recover? I read and respond to every single comment, so drop a comment down below. Let's start a conversation down in the comments. Now, section 2, the solution, rewriting the rules with mini retirements. So what exactly is a mini retirement? First, let's be clear about what it's not. It's not just a long vacation. It's not quitting your job on a whim with no plan. A mini retirement is an intentional planned career break that can last anywhere from a month to a year or even more. The idea was popularized by Tim Ferriss in the 4-Hour Work Week, but millennials and Gen Z are making it their own. It's a deliberate pause meant to give you the space to recharge, chase a personal goal, or even rethink your entire life and career. Live for now, not later. I want to go ahead and tell you about a friend of mine, how one millennial reset their life with a mini retirement. Now, they were the poster child for millennial success. Great job in the tech field, climbing the ladder, making good money. But on the inside, they were completely drowning. They were pulling 45 to 60-hour work weeks, on call on the weekends, running on caffeine and pure anxiety. Their creativity was shot, their relationships were suffering, and they felt totally disconnected from who they wanted to be. So after a lot of soul searching, they decided to take a mini retirement. They had been saving and investing aggressively, and they found out that their position was ending soon, essentially meaning they were going to be laid off within the next few months. During those months, they didn't just lounge on the beach, though there was some of that too. They volunteered at local community centers and schools. They picked up new skills outside their field. They started working on their passion projects. We all have something we ditched years ago for just not having the time. They spent real, uninterrupted time with their family, showing up as their full self, not just the exhausted weekend version. Research and studies have shown that sabbaticals and career breaks can boost well-being, creativity, and productivity. Now, quick referral mentions. I would like to go ahead and offer 3 tools that I personally use. If you guys have any other platforms similar to these, drop them down in the comment section down below. Number 1, SoFi Money. You guys can get up to a $325 bonus, a 3.8% APY at the time of this recording, plus checking, credit card, investing all in one place. SoFi Invest is where we're doing the investing challenge. You guys can start with just $25. There's a $25 bonus. You guys can once again join the 1,000 investment challenge where we're depositing $25 every single week in order to hit our $1,000 investment goal. And then Policy Genius, get fast, affordable life, home, and auto insurance tailored to protect your family without breaking the bank. Links to these and more are down in the pinned comment, so go ahead and check them out. Now, section number 3, the last and final part, the how, making your retirement a reality. Okay, right about now you're probably thinking it all sounds amazing, but I get it. The buts are always going to be the 2 big ones. But what about the money and what about my career? Those are real fears, but they're not deal breakers. We'll go ahead and talk about each one here in just a minute, but the trick is to shift your mindset from if to how. So number 1, let's go ahead and talk about the money. A mini retirement isn't something you can do on a whim. It takes smart financial planning. The first step is figuring out what you want to do and for how long, because that's going to set your budget on a month-to-month basis. Experts recommend opening a dedicated savings account just for your mini retirement, keeping it completely separate from your emergency fund and long-term retirement accounts. You can do this super easy over at SoFi by using vaults. I use different vaults to keep everything in high yield savings, but inside their very own vaults, aka savings, one for real estate investment cash, one for my YouTube media cash. You can start small by automatically putting just 5% of your income into that vault or fund to build that habit up. You'll need to calculate your monthly living expenses and multiply that by the number of months you plan to be off. From there, it's a good idea to add a 10 to 20% buffer for surprises that make your return to work just a little less stressful. To make it happen, you can cut your fixed costs while you're away by subletting your apartment, your house, explore freelance works, or build something for yourself to keep some income flowing in. This isn't about being rich, it's about being intentional so you can buy back your most valuable asset, your time. Now, the second question, the career question, won't a career gap hurt me? The fear of having a career gap in your resume is real, but it's based on an outdated way of thinking. A well-planned mini retirement can actually be a huge career boost, and it's all about how you frame it. You aren't just taking time off, you're investing in yourself. Did you learn a new language? That's a marketable skill. Did you volunteer? That shows initiative. Did you manage a tight budget while backpacking across 3 countries? That's project management. These experiences make you more interesting, resilient, and valuable person to hire. Some people negotiate a sabbatical with their current employer. While not yet common, offering sabbaticals is a growing trend for many forward-thinking companies looking to keep their best people. Companies like Intel and Charles Schwab have offered these kinds of programs for years. Others plan their mini retirements to fall between jobs, simply asking for a later start date after getting a new offer or using unemployment to spend some time away. When you re-enter the job market, you're just not another burned out applicant. You're the candidate with renewed energy, a clear head, and a unique story that makes you stand out. How do you design your mini retirement plan? First, you need to define your why. Write down, why do you want to step away? Is it for rest, passion, or family? Next, choose a timeline and destination for how many months you plan to take it. Create a savings plan based off that information. You can talk to your employer, or if you're between jobs, that could be an opportunity. Finally, document your journey of growth. What did you do? What did you see? What did you learn? What did you experience? Now, what if freedom isn't a destination? Let's do our quick recap. You are the age you are now, but how old would you be in the next 5, 10, 15 years from now? Would you still have the renewed energy, your health, and the little ones running around with you? These are all things to consider. Build a future of financial freedom. You can have the flexibility to live now, not in retirement. Many retirements are sustainable. Let me know if you guys have ever taken one for yourself. And the end. If this video gave you a new way of thinking about your life, money, or investing, subscribe for more real experience-based lessons every week. Hit that thumbs up button below. It really helps people find the channel. And check the pinned comment for links to tools and resources that I personally use to build my own foundation. Thank you all for watching. Drop a comment down below and let me know, what would you do if you could take a 3, 6, or even a year-long mini retirement? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.